Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a tour of Stan's Woodland mint neutral outdoorsy bedroom. So if you want to see more, then keep watching. So I'm going to get into the tour in just a second, but I thought I would fill you in on the background first if you're new to my channel. So I'm Charlotte, and this is going to be a tour of my little boy Stan's bedroom. Stan is coming up to 18 months old now, and this is the first time he's actually had his own room, because previous to this he's been in with us. We have a 3-bedroom house at the moment, and we're waiting on an extension which is going to start next year to give us a 4th bedroom. But it's taken longer than we planned, and we were getting a bit nervous about him not having his own room yet and not sleeping on his own, because his cot was squished into our room with us up until this point. So what we've done is that we've temporarily moved in our eldest 2 children in together. They have a bunk bed now, and they've got a dinosaur themed bedroom which they love. That will be coming up soon on my channel, so make sure you subscribe for that, or just look out for that, because it'll be coming very, very soon. And this bedroom, which used to be our little girl's bedroom, has now turned into Stan's nursery / toddler room and room that he's going to grow up in. We also did this because this is going to be his bedroom long term anyway, and Daisy, our little girl, is going to go into our old bedroom, and when the new bedroom's built, that will be our bedroom. All very confusing, but I thought I would just let you know if you were just wondering why I'm only just in the bedroom now and why we've chosen to move them and things like that. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to turn you around and give you a tour of this room, and I really hope you like it. We've gone for a very neutral, calming woodland theme with like mint green accents, and just keeping it nice and like peaceful, and a nice place to come and play and read books and sleep in as well. So I hope you like it. So this is what the room looks like when you first walk in. I'm going to start on the right hand side over here and show you everything here, and then I'll move over to the left. Sorry that the lighting isn't great today because it's very gloomy and rainy outside, which is typical of the UK in September. But as you can tell, we've kind of gone for a woodland theme, very neutral, very calm, and then we've got a very pale mint green on the walls, which is actually Valspar's mint green. I think that's what it's called, but I will leave everything in the description box down below. Now, what actually dictated this theme for the bedroom, like a colour scheme anyway, was this blanket, which Mark's mum actually made for Stan when he was first born. She's made one of these for all 3 of the kids, and they're all different colours. Daisy was yellow because Pat knew that I was going for a yellow theme with her nursery, and I'd mentioned like the colours that I like for Stan, but obviously I knew I was never going to do my bedroom anytime soon. So we've had this now for 18 months, and it's just beautiful, and I like the fact that the whole room centres around it, which is also why even when he was in our bedroom we went for the mint green cot, because we always knew that when the time came and we did move him into a room, that was the theme that we were going for. Admittedly, white would have looked better in our bedroom, but we had plans and we knew what we wanted. So this cot is from Moki. The reason why we chose it is because it's very compact and very small. It's not too bulky, and it does convert into a cot bed as well, which is quite handy. So there's a little rail that you can attach across the bottom here, so he gets used to like sleeping in a big boy bed as he gets older, but that won't be anytime soon because he's only just coming up to 18 months at the moment. The bedding here, this is from an independent Instagram seller, and I will leave her details down below. We also have another sheet which I will show you in a sec, which is from Lara Dupe, but we just switch out the 2. I know that zebras aren't typically woodland themed, but I don't care, and neither does Stan. And yeah, this washes really well, and they're both black and white, which I feel actually works really nicely in this room. We have a few little woodland creatures dotted around, and a random Ikea lion as well, just because it's kind of the whole theme of his room, as I've mentioned. This bear head is probably one of my favourite things in this room, and he is from H&M. I shared him over on Instagram, and it seemed like a lot of you liked him as well, and I just think he makes this room, he's so soft. He's literally like a teddy bear's head basically, so it's not like some old taxidermy or anything like that. He is very like child friendly and suits this room really nicely. Then these are actually wall decals, and I chose them in this like kind of neutral mustardy colour because I just felt like they would tie everything in. I do have bits of like wood throughout the room and quite a neutral carpet, and I just put these on at random myself. So as you can see, there's no rhyme or reason to them, but I just think they look really cool. I really like the way they kind of tie the room together, and I do like the woodland theme. I think it's very popular at the moment, and rightly so, because it's quite cute for kids and it's all about adventure and wildlife, and I think that suits them quite well. So moving on from the mint green, we've also gone for a very neutral shade on the rest of the walls, and it's also the same shade on the ceiling, and it's Valspar's coconut cheese. We just wanted to keep it simple because a feature wall with decals is really easy to switch and change around if your child like has a favourite colour as they grow up, or you just want to do something different in here. But I feel like the more walls you paint, the more difficult it is to change your room around, so we tend to go just for a simple feature wall and then leave everything else quite neutral. This hanging plant here is from Ikea, and the wooden hanging basket that it's in is actually from H&M, and it's really pretty. I love how it's like woven here, and then there's little threaded straps there. It's really pretty. I've hung that just to the side of his cot, so there's no danger of it falling on him, but it just adds a little bit of nature into the room and like another focal point, and he likes to look at this before he goes to sleep as well because he points to it and he shows me. Then here we have a little hoop which I ordered from Not on the High Street with his name on. It came in a couple of different colours and designs, but we went for the simple like kind of beige neutral colour with little mountains, and I just think that's really sweet, and it's not too twee that I feel like it will last him a while he's still into like named things in his bedroom. Down here, one thing I want to point out is that the two sides of this room where we could have put the cot, we had plug sockets in each corner, so that was a big concern of ours because obviously we didn't want little fingers prodding around and playing with that because it's really dangerous. Now, traditional plug socket covers that go into the socket are just as dangerous as children playing with them, and Mark found this online, and it's actually a case which you push two buttons in at the side and you can access it as and when you want to, but otherwise very sturdy and Stan can't get to it, and I'm so pleased that you found that because I just think it's genius and it puts us at ease. Then here, as he is a toddler now, a changing table just ain't gonna cut it because it's dangerous. They roll around, they fidget around, they run off half the time, so we keep all of his changing stuff down here. And this is his changing mat, so it's just a cheap Amazon one, and we just leave that underneath his cot so it's out of the way and you can't really see it there. And then this is where we keep all of his wipes and stuff and nappies. We've got like our cheeky wipes. We don't use those all the time, we use them as much as we can. Quite handy, and I really like using them. Been using them for a while now, and we also use other wipes as and when we need to, like when we're out and about, and we just keep them in here when we need them so we know where they are. We've got creams down there, we've got some nappy sacks, and then we also have all of his nappies, so that's the other cheeky wipes box there. But that's really easy, we can just like pull this out, change his nappy, get him ready for the day, and it doesn't look too in your face or ugly either, which I quite like. Then to the side of his bed here, this is actually an old little storage box from Bill's room before we moved it over to a dinosaur room for him and Daisy. It's got animals on, again not woodland themed, but it seemed a shame to waste it because the colours match him really nicely. And what we do in here is like we keep like his sleeping bag ready for when he goes to bed. He has a couple of teddies in here and a muslin and some of his dummies, and it's just where we chuck everything once he's woken up for the day, and then we know where to find it, and so does he. And yeah, it's just handy, it fits in the space really nicely, and it has lost its shape a little bit, but it works for now. And then over here is his teepee, and I will start at the bottom and then work my way up. So this here is a baby Einstein activity cube. He got this for his birthday a while ago and he really likes it. We keep this up here just so he has little bits to play with, and it keeps him occupied while, say, I'm putting clothes away or just sorting some stuff upstairs, and then that just lives there so he knows where it is. size and he can move it around if he wants to. This little rug here goes inside his teepee. It's tiny, but it's so cute, and this is by Sass & Bell, I believe, and I actually found it on Amazon and it wasn't too expensive, and I just think it looks so sweet in here. And then inside his teepee we have another one of these baskets. Both the baskets in this room I've had for ages, and I just move them around from room to room and repurpose them as and when I see an opportunity for them, and it's just filled with books. Stan is a massive Peppa Pig fan at the moment. I think he gets it from his sister. These are his favourite books as well, these musical ones where you press the button and it sings a nursery rhyme. He just loves them. So there's quite a few of his favourites there that he likes to read, and then there's just a little blanket. I mean, my 18-month-old ain't going to pull a blanket out of a box and wrap himself up in it. It is just for show, let's all admit that there. But he loves coming in here, so do his big siblings. They all play in here in the morning, sometimes read each other books, pretend it's their house. It has a little window, as you can see, and they really love it. Now, speaking of the teepee, this is actually from the works, and I got it in a summer sale. It only cost me £15, and it was just luck that it was the exact same colour that I was hoping for this bedroom, and I love it so much. I will stand back now so you can see it in full. So this is the size of it, and it's a really good size actually. It's not too imposing. That was the biggest concern I had. I really wanted to do something special like this in Stan's room for him, because obviously it's the first time he's had his own bedroom before, but I didn't want something too big that was going to get in the way or just be a waste of money, and I'm so pleased with it. One thing I will say is that you do have to really tie it tightly if you want it to stand up and be sturdy. So this is going to be as sturdy as you're going to put the effort in for, basically, but as long as you tie it well, it works really well. My tip would be is that there are little holes here that have been put into these wooden dowels, and as long as you go through those with the rope and really pull it tight, then you'll get a nice secure knot. But yeah, I love this. Now, this little pom-pom garland is actually from a lady that I've been speaking to over on Instagram for years, and her account name is Sausage and Mrs, so I'll leave that down below for you. She actually sent this in the post when Stan was born as a gift, and again, she knew what colours I was like after and what I wanted, and this was ages ago now, but I've kept it ever since, ready for when we finally did his room, and it just looks beautiful. She makes some really gorgeous garlands, and I have a few of them. Like I bought a Christmas one and things like that we put on our tree, so I'll leave her link down below. Definitely worth having a look at. This little ram's head here is, well, this was from Daisy's room. I think it was from Not on the High Street. I can't find him anymore, but I repurposed that because I felt like it fit quite nicely. And again, it's like got the wood and it's quite neutral and just looks really cute in this corner. And then again, these cotton ball lights were from the cottonballlight.com or something like that. I will leave it linked down below. These used to be Daisy's, so again, I repurposed them because they're beautiful and it would be wasteful not to use them really. So they're quite nice in the evening if we are reading him a book. And obviously we don't leave Stan unattended around any lights or anything like that, so he's perfectly safe, I promise. But that is this side in a nutshell, and I love walking into the room and seeing this view. It's so lovely, it's so calm and peaceful and welcoming, and I think Stan loves it too. One thing that I haven't mentioned are these guys, and these are actually little felt birds that I found on eBay, and they are hanging from the ceiling by invisible thread. So the idea is that they're meant to be like little flying birds in his room. So we've got that guy there. We have another one here. We have this little red guy here who is just on his side. Let me show you properly. So that's him. And then the final one is over on this side of the room, which means that I can show you over here now. This is the other side of the room, and this is much calmer. There's a lot less stuff over here, and I actually really like this side of the room. It's really beautiful. I hope it comes up as bright as it is in real life on camera, because it's quite dark today. But I'm going to start over here in this corner. So this little bear head used to feature in Bill's room before we changed the theme, and again, even though I saw the brown one over there that I really liked, I decided to pop this one on the back of Stan's door. What's actually really handy about it is that it acts as a doorstop as well, because this door bangs into this wall all the time because there's a very small gap here, and it gets quite noisy and it damages the wall. So he's a win-win. He's very cute and very practical as well. Then this little shelf here, I just wanted to add a little bit more wood detail in it again, and this was from H&M. Absolutely love it. It's really simple, very like natural looking, and I just keep some of his cardigans on here. Like this is a new one that his granny Pat knitted for him again. This is one that I found at Sainsbury's, and then these are a few others that he's got. I might switch and choose them and take a few off, but it's just quite handy, especially if we're in a rush and the weather's changed a bit, then we can just grab one from there and take it with us. Then this down here was actually Bill's again, and I think I got this from eBay if I remember correctly. It was a long time ago now, even before Daisy was born. And again, it's got a little bear face on it, and I just thought I would repurpose it, and it's got loads of little stuffed teddies in, so the kids can come in and out of here as they please, and they share teddies, and Stan goes in there and gets one that he wants to sleep with that night, and so on and so forth. And it's just handy to have it there in the corner, and it keeps everything organised. This furniture here was all in here anyway when this was Daisy's bedroom, and we just repurposed it and replaced 2 of these boxes because 2 were falling apart. This is the Ikea Kallax unit. This is a 2x2. Really recommend these for toy storage. And then these boxes are all from Ikea as well. These ones are slightly more expensive than these fabric and cardboard ones down here, but I just thought they looked gorgeous and tied in, like the neutral side of things again, and the black, and it just all works really nicely together, or at least I think it does anyway. In here, we just have bits and bobs at the moment. In some of them we've got a few toys, like in here we've got spare cheeky wipe stuff and like the drops and whatever. We haven't properly filled them up yet. And then in this one, just bits and bobs really, like his old sensor mat, a potty chart for when the time comes. But as he gets older and it gets towards Christmas, we can sort these out ready for any new toys. And then in these 2 drawers here are books, and in this section these are all mainly really like for Stan's age group. They're appropriate for him, ones that he really likes, ones that we've had for years. Like these used to be Bill's, and they're well loved, but we keep them and just swap them around from child to child as they get older. When he grows out of these, we'll stick these in the charity shop and replace them with books that, you know, are more appropriate for him at the time. I know I've mentioned it before, but he absolutely loves these books. He's obsessed with them. And then in this drawer we've actually got all of our Christmas themed books. The reason why we put them in here is because out of all 3 children, Stan is less likely to faff with them before Christmas, and it just means that we know where they are and that they're safe, and then we can bring these out towards Christmas time, and that's where they're living for now. Then on top of here we actually have this, which Mark's mum made again, and then we have this Angel Care monitor, which is Stan's monitor, and it just sits there really nicely out of the way, and there's no wires for him to mess with. And then this little shelf up here was actually from H&M, and these little animal stuffed toys, these were all from eBay in a little set, and again I think they just look cute in his bedroom, and the kids like to play with them as well. Then this is where we keep all of his clothes. Now, a bit of backlog on the clothes situation. When we were decorating this bedroom, there was also a wardrobe that was going to fit in here, and we've been moving it around. It used to be Daisy's wardrobe. When it came to moving it back in, one of the legs fell off and it nearly killed me, to be honest. Nearly fell on me. Thankfully I managed to right it, and I took it apart, and that was that. We took it to the tip because I just didn't want to try and like fix it or anything like that, because it's just too dangerous for a child's bedroom. So with that in mind, we decided to see if we could just stick with the drawers, which is all he's had anyway up until this point because of storage space and the limits with our bedroom and things like that. So I will show you how it's all organised. At the moment, fingers crossed, it'll be absolutely fine for a good few years as he gets older. But as he does mature, we can either move the TP elsewhere or rearrange the room a little bit. But so far, it's working very well. So if you were wondering about lack of like clothes storage, hopefully that will make sense. But before I show you his storage, I just thought I would show you what's on top of these storage boxes. So this little mirror is from Argos actually, and it fits really nicely with this shelf. They're like exactly the same colour wood, and I think I got very lucky there. But it's just a nice circle colour. It's really pretty. It was dead easy to hang, and it adds a little bit of reflection and light into this room, and it adds like colour as well onto this side with what's on the other side, which I quite like. Then on here we have a little faux plant again, just because you know what, I can keep kids alive, but plants are not my forte, but I do like the way it looks. So this one is from Ikea again, as is the little rattan kind of pot, and I thought that looked quite cute on there. And then this light was actually gifted to us by a brand. However, it wasn't the brand's light, it was part of a pack that they sent a few years back, and it's been daisies up until this point, but I will try and find it online because it's so beautiful when it's lit up at night. And then here is where we keep all of his clothes. So this is the top drawer. Now, these dividers are from Ikea, so you can see them here, they're grey. We've had these for ages anyway, this is how we've always organised his clothes. So we have like socks in this one, we've got tops in this one, we've got like outfit sets in this one, so they're just easy to grab, you know, ones that match, that kind of thing if you're in a rush. Then in this section here we have vests, and then here we've got more outfits to choose from as well. And then these are trousers. And then in this second drawer here, we have a bit more space. We have a few more cardigans here. We have like play suits and rompers, which is more summer related. Sleep suits and pajamas go in here, and then these are just a few random summer bits as well, like a little shirt and shorts and stuff like that, which we're keeping in here, but I reckon these will soon go to a charity shop because he's not going to fit in them next summer, which is quite sad really. And then we've just got this big furry dinosaur onesie, which he'll still fit into as it gets a bit colder. And then in the bottom we have spare like bedding, blankets. This is his other bed sheet, which is really cute. It's got little bears on and like little tribal sort of camping drawings on and illustrations. It's very cute. That's from La Redoute. Really like that. Then we have just more sleeping bags, swimming bits, and then a big stash of muslins because he loves like a muslin as a comforter. He has done ever since he was tiny, and that's where they go, and he helps himself to them as and when he wants them. And then the last thing to show you is just the small window that we have. We had a blind fitted by a local company. It's just a white blackout blind. Really recommend them just for getting your kids' room nice and dark and peaceful in the evenings for like naps and stuff as well. They're really good. And then this is the light that we chose, and we actually have this in our downstairs hallway and upstairs landing as well. It looks a bit like a cloud, which is why I chose it. I think it really works in this room and looks really pretty. But yeah, that is a tour of Stan's bedroom. We've just got a neutral carpet, and then it's mainly mint themed, white, bit of wood thrown in, and woodland and adventure. And yeah, we're really pleased with it, and I hope you like it too. So that is the end of this little bedroom tour. I really hope you like it. I've got arm ache now doing that, but yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I will leave as many things as I can listed down in the description box below, so if there's anything you're interested in, you can check it out there. But if there's anything that I've missed or you've got any questions, then by all means leave them down in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day whatever you're up to. Bye!